Wildcat's Revenge, located at Hersheypark, opened on June 2nd of 2023. It has a length of 3,500 feet of track, 140 feet tall, with a speed of up to 62 miles per hour and 4 inversions. This ride is absolutely mentally crazy. And there's a lot to discuss with this review because it was originally not Wildcat's Revenge, but it was the first ever GCI made roller coaster. So let's talk about Wildcat's Revenge.
Now get ready. Here we go.
Before being Wildcat's Revenge, it was once called the Wildcat, that opened in 1996 and closed for good on July 31st of 2022. Most of the structure would stay intact to fully convert Wildcat into Wildcat's Revenge. RMC came in to do a full-on Iron Horse treatment to the ride and changed the entire trajectory of making this one of the worst coasters ever to being one of the best roller coasters out there for good. I mean, this transformation, I have to be totally clear with you. I mean, the transformation from Wildcat to Wildcat's Revenge was certainly a long time coming. And ever since that new Texas Giant debuted at Six Flags Over Texas back almost way over 10 years ago now, I almost wonder how many people were asking for RMC Wildcat this whole time. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how it went. But anyway, once you enter the queue line, you make your way all the way through. It's basically the same queue space as the original Wildcat was. The only difference now is that when you get to the end, you come across double-sided lockers. Yes, free double-sided lockers. Basically, you put in a pin, you put all your loose articles in it. You can't bring anything with you on the ride. And then you make your way up the stairs the same way you would for regular Wildcat, and then you would board your train from there. One of the most unique things about this loading process is that, unlike other RMCs, this one has an unload and a load platform. So basically, this ride can potentially run with 3 trains. It usually does run with 3 trains, but one of the most interesting things is how it would operate because of that. Now, I haven't really seen that personally. I only got to ride it in the winter, so I wasn't able to see a full 3 train operation, but I'm pretty sure it would be very interesting to see when I get back down there again, hopefully in the summer. Now, besides that, you board your train and then you make your way out of the station, and this is where the ride already kicks into high gear. Basically, the ride from the get-go already has you getting tossed out of your seat, but that's not even the biggest drop of the ride, which is very interesting to me. It's the fact that it's very tiny hills, kind of like a precursor to what's about to happen. And it's a really fun. It's really, really fun, and you literally get tossed out of your seat during this, which is like, when I was on that for the first time, I'm like, oh gosh, this is what this ride's gonna do. And yeah, long behold, you go up 140 feet into the air, and then you drop 82 degrees vertically down that massive drop. Yeah, this drop was not existent on the old Wildcat. This was actually where the regular lift hill structure was for the ride. They entirely took it out and replaced it with a steel frame structure, and it looks beautiful. Oh my gosh. It doesn't even look like it was an RMC conversion. Like, that's how gorgeous this ride looked with this steel frame and this whole black steel frame. The colors of red and black just go so well with this ride. I love that color scheme so much. But anyway, then you get tossed into your first inversion, which is the step up underflip. This is actually what the former first drop of Wildcat's Revenge was, and it got turned into a massive inversion. And it's a really cool element. You drop down and then you enter this massive airtime hill soon after. Then after that, you go right into another airtime hill, and then you get to your first true big shock of the moment ride for me. And this was the literal airtime you get going sideways. Yeah, this ride has sideways airtime. I never would have thought something like that would have existed, but I guess it does. It is absolutely gnarly. You're tossed out of your seat going sideways, like it's just a bull trying to throw you off its back. It's incredible of a feeling that I never would have thought of feeling on a coaster before like this. After that, you go into a zero G stall. It's not my favorite stall out there, but it's a pretty good one. The park has not had a stall, so this is definitely a very good addition for them. You make a right hand turn before you go through another set of some wave turns before you go into probably the craziest part of this ride. So first off, you have a lateral turn to the left. Yes, you're going very fast and you turn laterally to the left. So that way you're just tossed immediately to the right side before you drop back down and go through a zero G roll. It's a very smooth zero G roll with that. You then go through a couple turns, you go through a wave turn, and then you go back underneath the zero G roll before with another zero G roll. From there, you go through some super low to the ground bunny hopped airtime hills before you were jerked over to the right, almost in like a giant like circle kind of deal because of how the profiling of the ride is. It's butter smooth, by the way. And that takes you into the final brake run before you turn right into the unload portion of the station and you unload to the right side from there. After that is when you go to the opposite side of the double-sided lockers, or if you're like me, you just go around to the back of the line again and ride again. Yeah, this ride is crazy with what it was able to accomplish. And the fact that it was able to do all that with the track that they had from Wildcat, plus adding in a whole nother lift hill steel frame that they built from scratch, is just incredible and just shows the evolution of RMC. And honestly, I'm pretty glad that they waited on this one for a while, even though like many people have been asking for it for years. I'm glad they waited until now because you could tell like the evolution of RMCs have really progressed from its first one to all the way to this one, and this one just takes the icing on the cake for me. Overall, this roller coaster is fantastic. Definitely one of my favorite roller coasters I got around to getting a new credit for in 2024. I cannot wait to feel how this ride runs in the summer because I heard in the summer this thing is absolutely gnarly. And this thing deserves the ranking it gets because it is truly a ride that went from the bottom of the barrel to the top of the food chain. That's going to do it for my review of Wildcat's Revenge. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. Always thank your ride operators. Have an amazing rest of your day. I will see you all in the parks very soon. Goodbye.
Here we go.
Wildcat, head back. Wildcat, head back.
Here we go.